Postscript. Nearly 20 years have passed since Dad's sudden and unexpected death. Having spent the latter part of his childhood assisting in the raising of his siblings, the desire for an easy life became his holy grail. Ironically, his single-minded pursuit of love from one with an equally overwhelming need and similar incapability of giving it ensured his perpetual non-fulfillment. Taking into account what I've gleaned from their lives prior to and since my birth, my parents clearly lacked the kind of emotional maturity and unselfishness required for responsible and stable parenting. Alas, their incapability of overcoming the ills of their own respective childhoods made placing the emotional needs of their children before their own unlikely. However, no matter what caused Mum and Dad's characters to be fixed in such a manner, above all else, their primary responsibility as parents remained the emotional stability and development of their children. While I'd long since recognized the unusual and disrupted nature of my childhood, not until such time as I entered into romantic relationships of my own did its negative impact begin to emerge. Repeating the mistakes of my parents, in my own need for love, I found myself embarking on a series of failed relationships without any regard to compatibility. To the first person who came along and showed me the slightest interest, I whimsically pledged the rest of my life. However, my own misguided belief in what love actually consisted of ensured that such relationships were of relatively short duration. Having mistaken love as something exemplified by the intermittent giving of a gift or as a reward and not an unconditionally constant and nurturing emotion, I struggled to accept more wholesome representations. Ironically, I began to reject those fundamental elements of love, such as support, protection, and encouragement, intended to bring about the very sense of stability and security my childhood had essentially lacked. Not until reaching a sufficient level of emotional maturity have I been able to truly make sense of the past and its long-term influence on my character. During a recent conversation with Dee, I asked her whether as a child she felt loved. To my surprise, she responded that in respect of Dad, she did indeed feel loved by him. When I inquired further and asked what Dad had done to affect her belief, she cited as evidence our irregular trips to the park. Buttressing her assertions, Dee maintained that on account of the odd day trip as a family, our childhood wasn't all bad. By presenting such poor and isolated examples in mitigation, Dee confirmed how our childhood has fostered a perception of love as a series of random acts, rather than something of greater depth and substance. While I'm in no way decrying the importance of spontaneous expressions of love and affection, such gestures ought to be an accompaniment to love's fundamental and perpetual aspects, and not an alternative to them. Contradicting her former gratitude, Dee expressed her belief in Malta's fortuitous occurrence by stating that ours was a childhood which needed to end. With these sentiments, I couldn't agree more. Although we were left to remain in a situation in which we should never have been placed, Dee and I did a considerably better job of raising ourselves than our parents had done, despite our lack of emotional maturity. Another unfortunate legacy to consistently bedevil me was an inability to put down roots while harboring a conflicting desire to belong. Having adopted Mum's willful and somewhat self-deceiving belief that happiness lay elsewhere, I drifted from one location to another, not realizing that I was, in truth, far less content with myself and events of the past than with my current surroundings. As for Dee, she would also experience a prolonged period of rootlessness. After the breakdown in 1991 of her marriage to Joe, she embarked on a succession of house moves, which encompassed Cornwall, Norfolk, and Manchester. Coincidentally, in her mid-30s, Dee would also come to enjoy a similar sense of stability and settlement. Among the most significant experiences which crystallized thoughts regarding my childhood were those I had while working with children themselves. As a residential social worker in a children's home, I became one of a small number of guardians for children taken into local authority care. Despite various differences in their respective histories, the neglectful behavior of their parents resulted in them having almost complete control over their own lives. Having enjoyed a taste of freedom and a life lacking either boundaries or structure, they learnt to fend for themselves while no longer identifying as children. Unsurprisingly, upon arrival into an environment where they were forced to relinquish control to their carers, they rejected, often violently, their new surroundings. Furthermore, they showed similar disregard for those who attempted, with compassion and understanding, to neutralize the effects of their abusive past. While my own circumstances differed slightly from my young charges, there were also similarities with which I could identify. Knowing how difficult it would be for a child whose parent had deserted them to continue towing the line and accepting the authority of the returning parent without question is somewhat unrealistic. Of course, I refer specifically to my mother's apparent dismay after returning from her extramarital affairs, not to mention the advent of our Maltese venture, to find me less respectful as a child than before her successive departures. Similarly, with her consistent thievery, dishonesty, adultery, and neglect, she behaved in a manner unlikely to inspire respect and, consequently, our perpetual compliance. In the absence of any positive conduct to reinforce them, overused expressions such as "do as I say and not as I do" and "I'm the parent here" were never going to ensure enduring deference. Therefore, with a lack of appreciation for its profound importance, I am no longer left wondering why my parents never showed me the kind of respect which, as a fellow human being, I should have been rightly afforded. In a like manner, as a police officer, I also came into contact with young offenders, many of whom lacked a sense of recognition and belonging. Desperate for the kind of validation and fellowship absent from their own families, they sought a sense of solidarity with similar young offenders. In the absence of loving and supportive relatives, their peer group became essentially their surrogate family. While I cannot relate to their criminality, my own experience has taught me the importance to a child of knowing they are loved and where they belong. My own consistent journeying between London and Malta was unmistakably due to my inability to determine where I belonged, representing a fundamental failure on the part of my parents. In regards to whether my parents loved me, I suspect they did in their own way, although there's a difference between being loved and feeling loved. As to the question of who is to blame, I've deliberated to some extent over how far down the line of ancestral descent it's reasonable to go. One thing I'm in absolutely no doubt of is my own lack of blame. Instead of being an abnormal child, I was in fact a relatively normal child placed in particularly abnormal circumstances. As such, I feel justified in absolving myself of any responsibility and believe I'm no more to blame for how my mother raised me than she is to blame for her own mother's cruel parenting. Indeed, where I begin to attract responsibility is in respect of how I parent my own children. My mother recognized this fact. The proof of her understanding lay in the assertion that she would never raise her children the same way her mother raised her own children. My mother's declaration suggested an explicit awareness of the ills of her own childhood, which renders ignorance an unsuitable defense. Instead, my mother, with whom I've not had a relationship for a number of years, has absolved herself of any responsibility and instead continues to emphasize my disruptive behavior while contending that she did her best. Personally, I believe her to have been capable of far more had she taken her parental responsibility more seriously and put the needs of her children before her own. As for Dad, by virtue of his example, I've learnt to avoid seeking love from those who are simply incapable of giving it. Consequently, I've been fortunate enough to find family among those I did choose to reciprocate love rather than those I didn't. Most importantly, I have experienced the unexpected contentment of knowing that, far from desiring a father figure, there lies most profoundly a father within me.
It all began with Kyle K, my man, best teacher there could be. On strength and care and tenderness, shaped the father within me. within our care. Boundaries to keep them safe, taught them I'd be there. Did they want me? No! So they tried to run away. Did they need me? Yes! But they tried to make me pay. Smack the little shits, they say. Give 'em what they know. Nah, show 'em something different. A better way to go. Did they want me? No. So they tried to run away. Did they need me? Yes. But they tried to make me pay. Show 'em something different. A better way to go. Show 'em something different. A better way to go. A better way to go. A better way to go. It all began with Kyle K, my man. It all began with Kyle K, my man. It all began with Kyle K, my man. It all began. It all began. It all began with Kyle K, my man. Best teacher there could be on strength and care and tenderness. Shaped the father within me. Fast forward to my court lodge days and the kids within our care. Bound